Welcome back. Mining does not contribute to the state exchequer. Former Finance Minister Dayanand Narvekar says it. He also said that mining has not generated jobs to the youth in the state. Narvekar says that buffer zone should be maintained up to 2 kilometers and he has already written letter to Environment Minister Y.M.C.A Moily.
That mining doesn't contribute to exchequer of Goa. Exchequer means state treasury. All these mine owners have not set up any industry in Goa where jobs could have been generated for unemployed youth. So except the 12,500 or something like 15,000 people, there are no registration. Then all works were carried out by contractors. Contractors happen to be many politicians, many of them present MLAs and past MLAs, and also the labourers came from outside Goa in large quantity, which now they have gone back. And what figures Chief Secretary quotes is 26 or 25,000 is wrong. His truck come from outside Goa and they do carrying of iron ore from this place. 26,000. 10,000 trucks are from outside. And now Mr. Manohar Parrikar says that we don't want even 1 kilometer buffer zone from wildlife sanctuary and national park. This is very childish statement and very ridiculous. Because I am making a charge that out of 22 mines which are stopped now, half of them belongs to Sagokar and company. I have already written to Veerappa Moily, the minister in center, secretary of environment and ministry, that maintain 2 kilometer buffer zone. I had to do it because I had also gone to Y.M.C.A Commission, where I have talked about environment, how the pits were created. Figures of 1,25,000 jobs.
There can be no protection to corrupt public servants. Supreme Court held it as invalid and unconstitutional. Section 6A of the Delhi Special Police Establishment Act providing for prior sanction for the CBI to prosecute senior bureaucrats in corruption cases. Bench said corrupt persons irrespective of the status should be treated equally and no discrimination would be permissible.
Observing that there can be no protection to corrupt public servants, the Supreme Court on Tuesday held as invalid and unconstitutional Section 6A of the Delhi Special Police Establishment Act providing for prior sanction for the CBI to prosecute senior bureaucrats in corruption cases. A 5-judge constitution bench held at Section 6A of the Act, which granted protection to Joint Secretary and above-level officers from facing any CBI inquiry in corruption cases as violative of Article 14 of the Constitution. Bench said such discrimination is not permissible. Corrupt persons, irrespective of the status, should be treated equally and no discrimination whatsoever is permissible when the mandate of the Prevention of Corruption Act is to eliminate corruption. To prevent CBI from even conducting a preliminary inquiry against corrupt public servants would lead to serious consequences. Chief Justice Lodha, who wrote the judgment, said, "This provision on the face of it is not valid. It grants absolute protection to corrupt officers from prosecution. They do not need a shield like this merely because they are likely to be harassed." The bench allowed a batch of petitions filed by BJP leader Subramaniam Swamy and Centre for Public Interest Litigation challenging the validity of Section 6A of the Delhi Special Police Establishment Act.
The CBI was required to take the permission of the government for even investigating officers of the level of Joint Secretary and above. Supreme Court has held that this is interfering and obstructing corruption investigations against senior officers. And the Supreme Court has also held that this is totally discriminatory because under the Constitution, under Article 14, all people are considered equal. And just because officer happens to be a senior officer above the level of Joint Secretary, he cannot be granted this kind of protection or immunity from corruption investigation.
Bureau Report, Prudent.
Don Bosco Oratory from Fatorda won the second edition of all-Goa basketball tournament organized by Sporting Club de Ponda. DBO defeated Y.M.C.A Knights of Panaji by 40-20 in the finals. The tournament was organized at Talauli, Pune in association with Sports Authority of Goa.
In all, 13 teams took part in the men's competition, while 4 women's teams were in the fray. DBO Fatorda proved supreme by a big margin as they defeated Y.M.C.A by 40 points to 20 in the men's final. In the women's title clash, Panji's Jades got the better of Madgaon's Boscos by 18 points to 8. Host Sporting Club de Goa went down to KJ's by 33 points to 27 in the third place match. Earlier in the semi-finals of the men's event, Y.M.C.A defeated KJ's while DBO got the better of Sporting. Organizing President Umit Singh Chaudhary and other officials gave away the prizes. Vivek Prabhu from Fonda.
And with this we come to an end of the news bulletin. Keep watching Prudent. Goodbye.
Tumi Purita Prudent. You're watching Prudent.